G'day investors. Here we're talking about some blue chip trading ideas and some ideas to take forward for your future trading. Just a precursor, this is not recommending that you buy these particular shares, but rather it's an educational video to help you strategize your own process and strategy moving forward. So here we're looking at these shares across Australia, the US, and a couple of shares from Europe. Their codes and what the dividend yields are, and that's one of our key criteria for them to pay a dividend, enough to pay back, but also enough profits to put back into the business that the business will keep growing. So it's paying some sort of dividend in cases where your shares are being held up and they're not trading out with profits. Shows the ex-dividend dates. These were in some cases where the dividends are due in terms of ex-dividend and when they were last paid. And this shows a profitability. Again, it can be in US dollars or euro or even Australian dollars. This shows the profitability for buying and holding, that is not trading them. This shows where your buy and sell strategy that we're using. And this shows the maximum drawdown for each of those holdings. These have been based on a 15-minute chart, which goes back about 18 months on average for most of these shares as of today's date. So let's get stuck into it. So Telefonica. So this shows the period going back roughly just over 12 months, as you can see. There's three charts, well actually there's four charts here. There's a price chart, which you should be familiar with from most trading platforms. This top chart shows the profitability to buy and sell strategy, and a number of holdings held to get those that profitability. The second chart here shows the profitability to buy and hold, and that's where you can see here we're buying $2,000 worth of shares for each of these trades. You can see here we've bought here 329 positions of Telefonica, and it's held at what it's showing here, buy and hold strategy. We're down from our baseline of $100,000, we're down to $99,233. So we're down about whatever that is. Telefonica, if you go back to the chart, we're down €767 on the buy and hold strategy. Whereas the buy and sell strategy, where we're buying and selling based on our trading criteria, we're up €21.87. Again, just to remind everyone, if you haven't already looked at or referred to our previous videos, we're buying based on the CCI 100 moving average 20 breaking above the zero line, as in this example, and we're selling, as in this example, it broke above there, and we're selling when it breaks below the zero line, but it's also broken and held a profitability above our break-even point, hence the profitability from there to there. And what I've done also is put in here a bit of a commentary taken from Yahoo Finance, also referencing the dividend yield and when it was last paid. And just some news. Telefonica notched up its strongest January share rally in 6 years after it clinched a sale of wireless towers for €7.7 billion. Again, that can be referenced from Yahoo Finance website. And looking at the next one, Commonwealth Bank of Australia. Oops, let's look at Commonwealth Bank of Australia. So again, very similar story to the way that the chart's been drawn. There's been buying and selling of these shares throughout the process. A couple of multiple trades there and there. As you can see there, during the COVID crisis, we got out just before based on our trading strategy. That was pure luck. And then we got back in at the bottom here, or near the bottom here, and traded up. We had a drawdown from that high to that low there, and another drawdown from that high to that low there. Overall, making $849 on our buy-sell strategy and $95 in buy and hold. And again, you can see here, just displaying the dividend yield and the ex-dividend date being paid, will actually be paid tomorrow. That should be 2021. BHP Australia. It entered into a trade there. It's been going downwards and sideways for the last couple of weeks, or last couple of months actually. That's not panic. Overall, we're making $861 in the buy-sell strategy. Buy and hold's making 142. So if you look at the long-term period, you can see the buy and hold has been below our baseline. It's just broken above in December last year. Our buy and sell strategy, although it's getting quite heavy drawdowns, it's actually making a profit overall. You can see there, based on our the COVID period, it entered just at the peak, near the peak of the COVID, before the COVID crisis hit, and we rode that wave down, entered another trade there, entered another entry of 5 units of $2,000 worth of trades there. That caused that little drawdown there, but it closed out with a profit there. You can see there with the average down process, although it entered the first lot of $2,000 there, it rode the wave down, entered another there, and it closed out there. Closed both positions out there at a profit. So the profit would have been 512 from 313, so I made about $200 profit. And as you can see here, based on our Yahoo Finance, BHP prices surged 120% from its March lows from last year, driven by booming Chinese demand. Okay, and it just shows dividend yield and next dividend last paid September 2020. JPMorgan, it's made $1,561 US dollars on a buy and sell strategy, 552 for buy and hold, and a drawdown of 1,300 US. So looking at JPMorgan, again, some news from Yahoo Finance. Could see record earnings in 2021. Again, we take those with a grain of salt. If the economy bounces back quickly this year, like some think it will, the bank could be able to release billions in reserves. Now looking at the long-term picture on this one, going back about 18 months, you can see it had a bit of a drawdown during the COVID peak. It entered back there at the peak of the before COVID hit. We entered in $2,000 worth of trades there, entered another lot of trades there, had a bit of a drawdown there, entered more trades there and there. We broke above with a profit there. Overall, it's doing $1,561 in profit. The buy and hold took a bit longer to recover, 552 profits. Volkswagen. So let's look at the Volkswagen price. Looking at the long-term picture first. Again, during the COVID period, we copped a bit of a downturn in our drawdown, but it eventually broke up and made a profit. The buy and hold strategy has made only $39. It's just broken above our baseline of $100,000 there, whereas the buy and sell strategy, buying and selling at each of these points, has made $683 with dividends received. So again, a dividend yield of 2.65, paid in September last year. So probably due for another dividend for this one in the coming months. Johnson & Johnson. Let's look at the short-term picture first. Dividend 2.43, dividend payable in a few days. You can see there, this one closed out just before the close of this week. Entered there and closed out there with a little profit. So overall making $405. Now this one, looking at the long-term picture, our buy and sell strategy has made less than the buy and hold strategy, only because the share price has gone incrementally higher month over month. The buy and hold strategy will return better profits if the share price does that. and the Caterpillar, I'll show you the Caterpillar price in a minute, it better demonstrates that. Whereas a buy and sell strategy will make less profits because you're getting out and you're not letting the price rise. Now that's fine if you can allow if you know which stocks are going to do this sort of movement and have less downturns. So let's look at the last one, Caterpillar. Overall it's made $22.94 for buy and sell, and buy and hold it's made $10.61 with $1,500 in a drawdown. So if you look at Caterpillar, so you can see here from about this point onwards the Caterpillar share price has outperformed the buy and sell strategy to buy and hold. But overall, during the period, because we've doubled up on our contracts here, $2,000 lots, we've made a total of $22.94 versus $10.61. And we've got here a dividend of 2.08%. That's it for now. Just to also emphasise here, over the 18-month period, made $8,800 to buy and sell strategy versus $1,775 to buy and hold. So hit the like button or subscribe if you like this video, and we'll review again these stocks, these blue chip stocks, next week. Thanks again.